Thank you for joining. This is the OWCC 2026. It's the 9th edition of the program. We have had 8 other editions prior to this one. So this is the 9th edition. But Woody, you can please check with Jenkins back end and probably you guys can resolve it from there. So this is the 9th edition. Welcome. And we are glad to see all of you here on time. If you are joined before, you understand that we start on time and we leave on time. We waste no man time because time is very precious to everyone. So this is a collaborative training between the Liberian Student Union in China and that of the TIA Innovative Tech, TIT, on this edition. And from the Liberian Student Union in China and the committee that is mostly in charge is the Academic Excellence Committee, headed by Mr. Morba and his team. And the co-chair there is Edwin. The secretary on that committee is Honorable Quinetta Darius Johnson. And then we have Honorable Joseph J. Dolo. We also have Honorable Addington D. Allen, as well as Joshua, and with other members joining the team recently, Tatos, Maliki, and every other person as well from the committee. We also have volunteers that are here. Some have served before, some is the first time serving. They are always here online. So if you have any question, you can drop your question in the chat session. They will be able to respond to you as we move along. So thank you all for joining. And as we move along, please, as always, as the cultural demands, let us know where you are joining us from. If you are in China, just drop the city name in the chat section. If you are not in China, just tell us the country name you are joining us from in the chat session. So we have someone from Pakistan, another person from Xi'an here in China, another person from Nigeria, Banga, Liberia, Simon. Oh, it's coming in fast now. We have Bobby Lane also from Liberia. We have Ali from Pakistan, and Asa from Hefe, Jeremiah from Suzhou, Farouk from Nantong, Ezekiel from Chengdu, Richard from Beijing, Harris from Beijing, Janje from Xi'an. Joseph, I don't know if you travel, or is he joining from India? We have Rachel from Beijing, Keita there from Hanyang. Honorable Wilson, your hand is up. So if it's about the live, then Honorable Willie, please make him host if that's the issue. Honorable Wilson, you can unmute yourself and speak if that's the issue. Misha is joining from Liberia. And we also have Salim from Nanjing, Keita from Hanyang. This guy is doing this thing. All right, thank you all for joining. I'll get back to you shortly. Let us go live. So let me make, okay, now I sort it out. Thank you, keep dropping it in the chat session. So Misha from Liberia, and then Kanduru from Chansha, Abraham Conan from Liberia, Mohammed from Nanjing, Sherman from Liberia, Abu Karim from Hefei, Sise from Xi'an, Jala from China, Emmanuel from Congo Town, Liberia, Christopher from Tianjin, Turan from Tianjin, Prince Waisedi Honorable from Suzhou. Thank you all for joining. Taharu from Xi'an, Faith and Prince from Hoha University, Honorable Alexander from Huan, Honorable Gabriel Kuhn from Wuhu, Abraham Dixon from Shanghai, Toidu from Dalian, Avin Juniors from Shanghai, Sekou Sharif from Liberia, the Internal Audit Agency, Bobby Lane from Liberia. We have Miracle joining from Chengdu, Ramza joining from Pakistan, Uman joining from Pakistan, Chairman from Liberia, Matilda joining from Nantong, Alfred from EU, Usamatu from Nigeria, Mohammed from Nanjing, Peace from Liberia, Nora from Nanjing, George from Liberia, Mayam from Pakistan, Harrison from Liberia, Jeremiah from Suzhou, Fatim from Chengdu, and Shakwi from China, and the Honorable Vice President from China. Thank you all for joining. Thank you. The meeting is now live on Facebook. The meeting is now live on Facebook. So at the end of each day, we will share the attendance record. If you are here and your full name is not spelled out, please use a real name. The moment we hit 100, the platform will be closed. So that means those that will be waiting, they either join the Facebook Live or we check here. If anyone is not using a real name, they will be dropped for somebody to rejoin. So at the end of the program, you can visit TIT website to download your certificate. And this is the page that you will see. This is for the last edition of 2025. So all you have to do, just come in here and then type your last name and then you search. Once you do that, you'll get this orange description here that will say click to download your certificate. If you don't see this, you will see maybe no record form for this person. So if no record form from you, that means number one, you are not registered, or number two, you don't have any certificate. And how do you get a certificate? You have to attend 4 of the 5 days or all of the 5 days. So if you miss 2 days or 3 days, you will not be qualified to get a certificate. So please take note of that. Attendance will be taken at the end of the program. We might finish earlier on, or we might finish exactly on time, but will not exceed the time. So we take attendance at the end of the program. And also, if you cannot see yourself in the attendance record for that day, you can always go to the YouTube page. This time it will be posted both on the TIT YouTube page and the Liberian Student Union in China YouTube page. So you can either go to these pages, go to the very end of the video where we take the attendance, and then you can pause it and find yourself there in that video and let us know. We'll rectify and make the correction. Somebody reached out of recent with similar thing as well, and their certificate was prepared. So please stay always and make use of the YouTube. The video link will be shared every day. So in case you missed certain part of the session, you can go back there and then re-watch the video or go exactly to where you stopped. So this is the the link, not LinkedIn, but the YouTube channel for TIT. For LSUIC or the Liberian Student Union in China, you can go and search for Liberian Student Union in China. You should be able to find it. I have to switch account. Well, you can search for Liberian Student Union in China and you'll find the YouTube channel for the union. For those that received the email, you saw everything there. To also find the Liberian Student Union in China Facebook page, where the meeting is now being live streamed on Facebook, you can go there and follow the page. We also have other things that we do apart from this one. So you can always follow and get information from the student here in China, especially the Liberian students in China. So greetings to all of the NEC members, from the National Vice President, Honorable Rufin M. Hammond, and the National Secretary General, Honorable C. Nathaniel Willie II, his Deputy, Honorable Jenkins G. Wilson, and our Financial Secretary, Honorable Noah D. Mason, the Treasurer, Honorable Jenna Bonner, the National Champion General, Honorable Michelle Van Pelt, every other organs of LSUIC. Thank you all for joining, and every other student from the Liberian Student Union in China. And for those of you that are not in China or not part of the Liberian student community here, we also say you are highly welcome. Thank you for joining. So today we going to focus on email essentials. And when I check the records for all those that register, 90 to 95% of you have Gmail account. 90 to 95% of you have Gmail account. So it's either you created it yourself or somebody helped you in the process to create your account. And more to that, there are some people who just maybe just check the email. When they receive a mail, click on it, they open, and then they read that mail, either reply it or let it go. Basically, that's the only thing they know about the Gmail. But there are many other things that you can do from your Gmail account. So we're going to see what all we can do with our email. Probably there are some things that you already know, and there will be some other things that you might just be coming across today. So the program is going to go for 5 days, and each day we'll have different sections. Today is just basically about emails. Tomorrow we're going to focus on something else. So thank you for joining. And please follow the Liberian Student Union in China Facebook page, YouTube channel, as well as the TIT platforms. If you're just joining, welcome. The program is being live streamed on Facebook. You can also go there and rewatch. You can also go to the YouTube and rewatch later on. There's a backup for everything. So today is the first day. We're going to focus on email essentials. And tomorrow we're going to focus on the Windows operating system. For those that are using Mac, maybe like Jala Gibson and others, those that are using MacBook, we will not maybe focus much on you. We are sorry, but the masses use Windows a lot. So we're going to be using the Windows operating system tomorrow to tell you how you can do other things with your computer. There are so many other things that we cannot do, right? On past edition, we have been having programs on big data, cybersecurity, and so many other complex things. And many of the people that will join the program some they are not maybe into that area. They just need to get the basics. So this edition is mainly for you guys. After hearing all of your class, this edition is mostly for you. By the time this is over, at least you should be able to operate a computer yourself. When your brother or your sister, your boyfriend, husband is at work and they tell you, check on the desktop, there is a folder called this, in a subfolder, this, send that and email that file to me. My boss may need it quickly. You will not be, I don't want to say, yeah, you'll not be frustrated that you have such a person in your life who cannot help you at that dying moment in time. So please take advantage of this. And after too, you can also teach your family so that they can also get to know about it. On day 3, we'll focus on Microsoft Word and Excel. Most of you use it frequently, especially Word, to write the documents, report, and all of that. So we're going to focus on Word and Excel. If time permits, maybe we'll get a little dash of PowerPoint. On day 4, we're going to focus on the internet, how to navigate the internet using the Edge browser. There are so many things we can do, and until you get along, you might not know. On day 5, we're going to focus on just open discussion on ICT and research. We'll have an open flow and everybody can ask questions, get understanding from those that will be available, and we can all have a great time. Thereafter, the certificate will be made ready the same day. You can visit the website and download your certificate by inputting your last name in the system, and you can download a PDF version of your certificate. So that's the flow of, in case someone is asking for the itinerary or the agenda, that's how we're going to operate throughout this time. So let us know in the chat session, just for confirmation. If you are using Gmail, you can just send 1 in the chat session. If you already have a Gmail account, send 1 in the chat session. Okay. All right, that's good. So many people have Gmail. Perfect. So a lot of us already have Gmail account. Okay. So there's a confirmation because from the data that we receive after registration, it also showed that many people also use Gmail. Now the next question would be, on a scale of 1 to 10, how is your proficiency in using Gmail on a scale of 1 to 10? So you can just put maybe 1 over 10 or 2 over 10 like that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you with using Gmail? On a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, Manuel is 6 over 10, 7, 5, 8, 8, 5, 3, 19. Correct. All right. On a scale of 1 to 10, let's go to 19. All right, that's good. That means almost all of you here already have a top level skill on using Gmail. So you might not lose along the way today. Thank you all. So let's move quickly to our Gmail interface. You already have Gmail. You already have a skill in Gmail with an average of 4 over 10. I mean, all of you here know how to use Gmail. So I created one account for this training purpose, one Gmail account. And I also have my personal Gmail. So we're going to be going in between them along the way. So this is the interface of a Gmail account. If you don't have one, it's easy. You just open your Google search and you search for Gmail sign up. Gmail sign up. Or even from here in the upper right corner, you can click on an existing one and then they will ask you if you want to add new account as well to it. So you can click to add new account. But if you don't have this interface, you can easily just search your Google search, and then you can be able to create an account. Let me refresh this page. Okay, so it's okay now. So you can add an account there, and that should work for you. Oh, I still have the CMN level. All right, so this is the interface. From this interface, there are so many things we can do. The first scenario is, oh, let me get this keyboard up here. The first one is this pan we can see here. Way in the upper left corner, you can see this 3 horizontal bars. If you click on it, it's either going to hide or show the navigation pan. And this navigation pan basically shows our inbox, messages that we have starred, also messages that we have snoozed, and messages that we have sent, as well as some things that we save to draft, and also things that or emails related to purchase. We can also find them here. If you click on more, you can also see many other things as well. Important, by default, Gmail will just try to classify some mails that you receive as important based on the content of it, or based on the frequency of that sender. And then you can also schedule mails to be sent at a specific time. Maybe you are leaving office on Friday. You are leaving office on Friday and you want to send that email maybe on Sunday, or you want to send it on Monday because you might not go to work on Monday. You can schedule that mail to be sent automatically on a specific date that you want it to be sent. You don't have to be there. You don't have to click on send again. All you have to do is just make that thing happen, and it will show you how to do it. If you click on all mail, it will show you all of the mails. The reason this is important is because later on we see when we try to create some labels and then create some filter rules here from Gmail. Once you archive the mail, it will not come directly into your inbox. Instead, it will go to all mail, or it will go to that label that you created. So all mail will always show you all of the mails that you have. Spam mails will show you emails that Google have realized that is probably harmful. Sometimes some of the mails might not be harmful. It's either because the person have not set their A record straight from their domain. It depends if you are using your own personalized email. Like for TIT mail, we had certain problem like that before. Sending emails become a problem. So we have to set our A records to help us so that our mails don't come to you as a spam. So sometimes you might receive mail that are not actually illegal or invalid, but because some technical things were not done, they will come here as spam. So it's better sometimes to read, just look through all of your spam mail before you empty your spam. Trash mail are the ones that you yourself purposely deleted, and they come here to trash. After 30 days, the trash should be empty. So you can always find messages or mail that you deleted. You can find it in trash. And then the next one is labels. Labels are basically like the folder, the Gmail kind of a folder. So all of these things you are seeing, like inbox, send, and spam, trash, they are technically labels. So Google created these labels, and then whenever action or the filter rules that they have set from the back end, anything that happens, the mail will go to that particular folder. So it's more of like you have your different folders, but then you program on how these folders should receive certain messages. So if somebody send me mail, it should go into the folder called inbox. If I delete a message, it should go into a folder called trash. So you can create your own folder, and then you can program it to do certain things. So we're going to see how to do that as we move along. We already at 99, so only one space is left here on Zoom. There's somebody here with the camera on using Samsung driving. Samsung, please change your name, or else we'll drop you from the call and allow somebody to join. Volunteers and Secretariat, please take note. We're already at 100 now, so that means nobody can join because the platform can only take 100 persons. So you have to make use of the Facebook Live, or for volunteers and Secretariat, anyone who probably is not using the real name. I'm seeing Techno here as well, driving again. So please check with them and ask them to either share the name in the chat session. You have them change it, or we'll move on from there. Okay, Hassan, thank you for joining from Sierra Leone. Okay, so all these things, they are folders, all of these guys. So if you're not seeing it, in the upper left corner, you either click to hide or unhide it. We'll create labels later on, and we'll show you how we can navigate our way around it. The next place we want to talk about is the compose. You see right under the Gmail logo here, there is a button here called compose. Compose means you want to send email. I'm sure many of us have already sent email because we have a skill already above 3. So we have sent mail. But there are so many other things that we can do in that particular area that probably some of us have not used before. But before we get to that, let's talk about the entire interface first. So primarily, all these guys focus, they are basically like a folder. So primary mails will come to primary, and then promotions. If Google realized that maybe people are just sending you sign up to some website and they're sending you some promotional content, all those mails will be classified. Correct. All these mails will be classified promotions. And then for social, like your Facebook and maybe LinkedIn, all these things, they will all go on a social. You can decide to probably remove these guys, these 3 guys you see here. You can decide to remove promotion and social. You can also add other things to it. So we're going to show you how to do all of that. I just want you to just look at them carefully and see why certain things are and what we have currently. Apart from this guy, if we look a little bit towards our right, the first one here is just your own maybe initial that Google have recognized for you. And then if you click here on this gray area, you have the ability to interact with many of Google products. Google Drive here gives you the ability, it's more of like your own storage center, right? Or your own big folder where you can save bigger files. So for example, if you want to send an attachment in an email, and that attachment is more than 25 meg or 25 MB or megabyte, it will not be sent as an attachment because it's bigger than 25 for the normal mail that you want to send. Instead, what you can now do is to save that document in your Google Drive, and then you can attach the file from your Google Drive. So if you have any kind of a file, maybe your report or your experiment or whatever it is that you want to share, and it's that big of a 25 MB, you can save it in your Google Drive and then attach that in an email using your Google Drive. And whenever you create a Gmail, you will have access to YouTube. And whenever you open a YouTube account, maybe by default, you just open YouTube, you can watch videos. But then if you click on it like this, that means you'll be watching videos on your account. So whatever you're watching now will be traced to that account. So at the end of the day, we can know videos that you have been watching And then other statistical things can be done with your search result. Probably at the end of the year, even YouTube will tell you like the most channels you have visited, and all of these things you can find it because you're accessing YouTube from your sign-in Gmail page. Gemini you can use to chat with it. There's also a pay for feature where you can integrate Gemini with your Gmail to automate some tasks. But that one now is not free. They have a pay for package there. And it's more like a ChatGPT for Google. So ChatGPT is from OpenAI. OpenAI is another company. But if you're using Gemini, it's the Google own version of ChatGPT. So you can use it to do any other thing you can do with DeepSeek or with ChatGPT. You can use it, Gemini, for that purpose. Maps basically help you to navigate. Like those in China, you have maybe Baidu Map. You also have your map on WeChat. You can also use this map, Google Map, to find so many other things as well. You can even use it to find flights, to buy cheap plane ticket to go home. You can use it. Google search is the normal search. Your calendar, you can integrate your tasks. For example, somebody sent you an email about a meeting. You can add that to your calendar. And then once your email is already logged in on your phone, you will get notification whenever you have a meeting. News and all of these things, you can do it. Pictures. You already have 15 gig of storage to a particular Gmail account. So all of your pictures on your phone, you can be able to synchronize it using photos. You can even download this particular guy. It's a separate app by itself, Google Photos. And then you sign into your Gmail or you use your email there. You can be able to synchronize or upload your videos and your pictures to your Gmail account. Meet is like a meeting. The same way we have a Zoom meeting here, Google have our own meeting. So if you guys are just maybe few of you, you can have a meeting for free using the Google Meet. So you just need to get your Gmail account and then you can connect this guy. Translate, I'm sure probably some of us have used it, but when you come to China, you have different versions of translators. You can translate document, you can translate voice, or full document as well, you can translate it as well. Do your videos, and this one is for Excel. This sheet means Excel. This one means Microsoft Word or Google Docs. But basically all of them mean PowerPoint. What will happen here is you are going to work with them directly from your browser. So if you don't have Microsoft Word installed on your computer, you can easily come here and use the Google Docs to still work on your same document and then save it and send it. You can even download it to your computer, send it to your WeChat to your supervisor. If you don't have Microsoft Word installed, or maybe you need it to be activated, but at that moment you are having urgency, you can quickly come here, use this guy, do your work, and go by your business. You can even do your PowerPoint and everything. So there's a whole lot of package here, so many things. You can even create a classroom. This notebook LM is one of the beasts right now. Training is for research. You can use it as well to generate videos, generate PowerPoint, to find resources or research papers, to summarize whatever thing you want to do. Notebook LM can help you to do that. And they have a very free, initially it's free, except you want to do something complex, but for the most part, you should be able to do a whole lot here. Even to have a mind map, you can do all of that there. Google Earth, probably with time, we'll use it in a situation where if somebody sent you an email and then they try to maybe threaten you, or you want to do your own investigation, you can find the IP address of the sender of that email. From any email, you can find the IP address of the server that email passed through before reaching you. That server address with IP will be there. You can use it and then look for an IP lookup website. That IP lookup website will give you the coordinate, the latitude and the longitude. Use that longitude and latitude into your Google Earth. It will pinpoint directly the exact location of that server that the email passed through before reaching you. So we'll show you that with time. So there's so many things you can do with Gmail other than just sending your regular email. Okay? So with what was just explained, I'll get back to you guys shortly. Some of the volunteers, please check the WhatsApp group and other groups. Maybe some people will be confused why they cannot join. We have already hit the maximum. So if any of you drop the meeting, be assured that somebody will join and you'll not be able to come back. So please make sure you have a stable internet so that you don't leave the meeting because you'll find it difficult to rejoin. Else you have to go and watch on the Facebook Live. So under this guy, we have the same thing like we can take notes. We can also access our calendar. We can input contacts and do a whole lot more. And let's take one scenario where we want to now use our calendar with an email that was sent us to see how we can maybe play around with it. So let's go back to our inbox. Let's say I received this email from Orlando. I'm going to click on it. Let me go back to and use another email to see how we can integrate this email into our calendar to tell us what we need to know. So now this email is already open. All you have to do, just come to your right side here and click on calendar. The calendar is going to now recognize that there is an email open, and quickly we can be able to use that email for whatever purpose in creating our calendar or adding that task to our calendar. So the same thing for your note. You can take notes from the email as well. So while this guy is doing a thing, could not low. Okay, why? All right. So while it is taking a little bit of time there, let us know then, from what has been explained so far, let us know if you knew out of what was just explained. You can send two. If you knew about all of what I just explained, apart from you just sending email, receiving email, if you knew about all of those things, you can send two. If we don't see two, then we will know that probably, okay. So we have a couple of people here that know about it. So now the calendar has opened. We already have some other things on our calendar. Here are some default holidays, like the upcoming Valentine's Day and all of that. So we can add this email to our calendar. So let's open it in a new tab. Okay, so a couple of you, somebody saying 1.5, so you're near about here a little bit. Okay. Somebody is drawing, writing. Okay. So what I clicked on was for it to open in a new tab, but we can still be able to do it from here. Okay, me. Stop delaying us. Please remember to use your real name as you want it to be on your certificate. And for the certificate, it will be given on day 5. That means you have to attend four of the 5 days or all of the 5 days to be qualified to get a certificate. And the attendance will be taken at the end of the program. So please don't go. Please don't go. We will take the attendance at the end of the program. Sorry, let's go up here. So let's create a task for tomorrow. Nope, we are still in February. So let's create a task for February, maybe 5th. Where is this guy going far off? Okay, so I just click on create event. When I click on create event, automatically it captures the subject of this email that we receive. And the date here, we can change the date to whatever date we want, and also the time we want it to appear. And if we want to get this notification every day, maybe there's about a meeting or a training, and we want to be notified every day from a specific time to a specific time. If there will be other people joining this particular meeting that you know, you can be able to add them by inputting their email. Or if you already have their contact, you can just go ahead and start typing and their information there as well. If there is a physical location, if it's not an online meeting, if it's a physical location, then you can click here to add the location of the place you guys will be having the meeting. And any other description you want to add, you can add it. If you want to change the subject here, you can change it as well. Once you are done with it, you don't have to save it because it's automatically doing that for you based on the date that you have here. So you can change the date and use maybe 2025. 2025, maybe February 5th. Based on this time, you want to have a 1-hour meeting. You just do everything. Once you are done, that should be good. You can just close it, and that will be added to your calendar. So you'll be notified every day based on the option you chose. If you use notes, you can either take record of what was said in that email. You can take record of it. So you click here on take note and you see that you already capture the email content here. You already captured the email content here from this mail. So you can take additional note and then save that. Save that. All right, so now let's move on to our inbox and see how we can be able to, what are other things we can do with the compose. When you click here on compose, there are also shortcuts to do many other things you can do with the Gmail. So for you to see all of the shortcuts that you can use, hold the shift key and the key that have the question mark on it together, or the key that have the backslash on it together. When you hold it, it's going to show you all of the shortcuts that you can use from Gmail. So some things you can just basically use your keyboard to just navigate quickly. So now you can see once you use that, it'll show you on the screen all of the shortcuts that you can use. When you scroll down a little bit, you will see additional ones. These are keyboard shortcuts that can help you quickly to navigate your inbox. For some of them, they are disabled. So you can try to enable it. For mine, it's enabled. So if I click here on disable, then all of these shortcuts will be disabled. So maybe for you, I'm sure it is currently, you see this yellow one is on disable. That means it's already enabled. Okay? So if there's yellow writing or the yellow color is around disable, meaning these shortcuts are already enabled. So if you click on disable, now you see that you will get this one. It will be like this, meaning it's already disabled. Now you can just click here to enable it, and that yellow bar is no longer there. So you have access or ability to use all of these shortcuts. Let's see how we can use some of them. For example, to compose a mail. I can just press C on my keyboard and it will pop up the same area here that you have to go up here to click on compose. If you check in that shortcut thing, you will see C there to send mail or to compose a mail. But once you press C on your keyboard, it should automatically open up the very same thing to allow you to compose a mail. So it's the same as you pressing this compose. All right. So now that we have this compose, let's see what we can do inside this space. From this space, the first one here by default, like all of you know how to do it based on your feedback you gave, is to put the address of the person you are sending the email to. So when the person says send me an email, you ask them for an address. So you put in their email address here. And you saw in the video that we share, we talk about CC and BCC. So if you use BCC here, they also add the CC. So to is the person you're sending this email to directly. If you put CC here, meaning you want other people to read the mail, though they are not the primary recipient of that mail, maybe you just want to loop them in the email so that everybody know that, oh, I sent you this email on this date and this time. And all these people here on this mail are witnesses to the fact that I sent you this email. Or maybe it's a group work. You send in the work, you send in your final report to your laoshi or your teacher or your professor. You put a professor email here, and then all of the group members, you can put them on a CC because you are not sending the report to them. You are sending the report to your professor. So you just have to put them here on the CC. CC is a carbon copy. So you put in there on the carbon copy. But if you use the BCC, meaning you want somebody to more of like spa, or basically it might not be spa, maybe spa might be a hash war. Spa might be a hash war. But if you put somebody on BCC, the person who you put here, the person who email that is here, the toll, and even those that are here on CC would not know that you actually added another person to this email in the BCC. So BCC is like the blank carbon copy. So anyone who email you put here, nobody will know that this person received that email. So if it's something confidential, be able to tell the other person that you have somebody on the BCC. But if it's something you personally don't want other people to know, that you put in somebody else on that mail to see the mail that was sent, then you use the person, or you put the person on BCC. So anybody on CC and anybody on toll will not know the person here on BCC. So BCC is the blank carbon copy, and CC is the carbon copy. Then after you put your subject of your mail, and the subject should be very clear. It should be something that the person will know exactly what that mail is all about. Maybe you can put final report for the semester, or budget, or it could be a question description. For those into social media or YouTubing, they know how to put the caption and all of these things to the video. So you want to post something that will interest the person who's receiving this mail. Don't just put a hey Lao Shi or hello teacher or something just random. So you have to put CC before you can insert BCC. No, it's not compulsory to put all of them. If you don't want to put anyone on CC, then it's not forced. You can just decide to use any of them. If you want to put all of your group members on BCC, so that the Laoshi don't or the teacher don't know that you also have your group members here on this email, then all he knows that he was the only one who received that email. He will not see any other person there. He will only see himself. So it's up to you. The order doesn't matter. If you want to put CC before BCC, the order doesn't matter. So after putting your subject, which should be very clear, now you can come and put in your text or whatever you want to say. Mostly you might be attaching a report, so you don't have to talk much in this area. You don't have to talk much in this area. Just put something very short that attached is the email, is the report for Q1, or is the budget for this, and you move on. But there are other things that you can do at the bottom here. You see this blue area for send? If you just click on it, it will send the email. But now if I click, it will not send it because I have not put any recipient of that mail. So it will not be able to send. But you can come here to this little guy right here. When you click here on this drop down, you will see schedule mail. That was what I was talking about. If you look on the left hand side, when we talk about schedule, let's expand this guy. You see right down here, schedule is here. So any other mail that you come here to compose and you click here on schedule, you can choose the time you want to schedule that mail for. But let's see, you have to first put somebody email and all of that. But when you click here on schedule, then you can choose the date and time that you want that mail to be sent. So you just put the person email, put the message. If you want to attach, you attach any other thing, and then you schedule that mail. When you click on send, it will not be sent automatically. It will be kept until the specific date and time that you specify for that mail to be shared. So let's say we want to send this mail to TIT admin. Okay, this is the mail. We want to send it to TIT admin. So we can come down here, click on schedule, send, and then we can specify the date and time we want it to go. So if it's not tomorrow or it's not Monday, you can come here and choose what you want. So you specify the date and the time you want that mail to be sent. If there's no data or internet, as long as you finish doing it here and put it as by business, when that time reach, it will still go, right? Because this one is already saved on Google server. It's not your own problem again. The time you were setting it up, you had internet. So that one is the main part. After fixing the date and time you want that mail to go, that one you already leave it in the hands of Google to send it.
You are muted, sir. Please unmute. We are not getting you.
Huh? Hello? Hello?
We are hearing you. We are hearing you. Maybe he's not hearing you.
Okay. Yeah, so that one will be up to Gmail to do the job. If you don't do it, you can now file a lawsuit against them that a particular function on their server or a particular function was not active or they didn't work and it make you to lose $1 million.
You are muted, sir.
Hello, guys.
Please unmute.
Why your friend was speaking Ghana?
I think he's clear.
The man is clear. We are hearing him. He's not. Maybe he's having a problem.
All right.
Prezo, we are hearing you loud and clear, Prezo.
Okay.
If he not, I think he
Thank you, Ahmed.
joined.
Okay. All right. So you can now file a lawsuit. Now you said your mail to be sent, and that mail had maybe your entire life dependent message that you needed to go to your family, or needed to go to your boss, or need to go to the Supreme Court, but that email was not sent. And now it has put you in a problem where you have to pay this and this and this. You can file a lawsuit. You can hire a lawyer. Maybe you can file on the Prince White City to be a lawyer. So you can file a lawsuit if that doesn't work. But then the next thing here is we can customize how we want. For example, in the body of our message, you can customize how you want the text to be. Do you want to make something bold? Do you want to underline certain writing? Do you want to center it? All of these things, you can do it from the email as well. So just click on this capital A, small a, or uppercase A, lowercase a. It will bring up all of the formatting aspect. Now you can be able to choose how you want it to be. If you want to make it bold, so now you see day one here is bold. Day one here is bold. So it's up to you based on your own formatting. The next guy here is for you to attach document. So you want to attach something. Like I said, the attachment have to be 25 MB, 25 meg, 25 megabyte, however way you call it. They have to be that size for you to attach it by default. If it's more than 25, then you have to attach it using your Google Drive. And we'll show you that shortly. You can attach it using your Google Drive. But if it's just a simple report or a picture or maybe something very easy, then you can just attach it quickly on the go. If you have a link, so if you click on that attach, it's going to bring up this dialog box. You can decide to go with it, attach what you want to attach, and that should be it. The next option here is to put a link. So maybe this person is an attacker or just a normal link. It's nothing have to do with anything about cybersecurity. But this is what will also happen. If somebody wants to track you, hack you, or do some kind of a thing on you, they might attach a link to this email. And when they attach a link, they say click on it to win scholarship to go to the Europe. They will pay a school fee. You'll be living right near the warehouse. They put that link there, and you just click on the link. But we'll talk about the link aspect later on. Whatever link you see, maybe I can just put here over this link. I will put scholarship, and then I have to paste the link. Let me just put a random link here. Okay, so here I put scholarship, and I just put the link to that scholarship, but it could be the link to something else. And then I click on apply. So you can see here day one, and then scholarship right here. Day one and scholarship. So you just see scholarship and you want to click on it. The moment you click on it, that guy is going to do a whole lot. So before you click on any link, you can hover, or meaning you can move the mouse over the link, and the link will always be blue like this. Except the person want to make it beautiful again, they can maybe try to change the color of it for you to not notice it. But the link will always be blue most times. You just hover the mouse over it, and then you log in the, when I send this mail, I will show you how it works. So let me send that mail to Orlando instead of tit@gmail.com. All right, so I will send it to myself. So we'll get to that part when we see it. Once I receive the mail, I will see it like this. But then for me to make sure that this is actually a valid link of a scholarship or taking me to an accurate or a secure website, all I have to do is to just move the mouse over it, and I have to look, while the mouse is over it, I have to look in the lower left corner. You have to look down here where you can see the date and time. In this corner, you will see it there. So when you look there, you will see the full link will be there. The full link will be there. Now you can read that link to know if it's something fishy or not. But that's how to attach a link there. Maybe that link will also be a particular website that's doing something else, but you cannot attach the website here, or you cannot attach that server or that experiment, or maybe that simulation that you attach somewhere. You can use the link so the person can directly go there. You can also put emojis. If you want to bring your emoji from Facebook or WeChat, you can bring an emoji here to also laugh, to cry, or to do any other thing you want to do. So there are other emojis there you can find. After the emoji guy, you will have the option to now attach a larger document from your Google Drive. So if the attachment you wanted to do or upload is more than 25 MB, then you can use Google Drive for that purpose. If your report is too big, use Google Drive for it. So it's going to open Google Drive, you find it, and then you move on from there. You also have the option to insert pictures. Maybe if not a document, you just want to put a picture, you can use this guy to upload a picture. Another beautiful thing is I can send this email and put a password to the email. I can put a passcode to this email. So I make this email to be confidential so that only somebody who knows the passcode for that email can open the email. Okay. So here we want this email to expire in 1 week, or we can change it. It should expire in 1 day. Almost like view only from WhatsApp. Okay? So view once from WhatsApp. You can also allow this mail to expire in 1 day. And then you can decide to put SMS passcode, or you say no passcode. It's up to you, but Google is going to generate that code for you. Google will generate the code for you, and you will not tell your friend that, oh, this is the code. Okay? So put a passcode there, and then you can save it. All right, so now this is a confidential email. The content will expire February 3rd, 2026. You can edit or you can do any other thing with it. Okay, so let's remove it. But in case you want to send an email to make it confidential, you can do it like that. Oh man, so the next one is you can insert your signature. But the signature aspect, we can do it another place, but you can also do it from here as well. Okay? You can insert a signature, and I will show you what is a signature shortly. But you can insert a signature from here so that at the bottom of the mail, they will see that, oh, Pastor or Reverend Gabriel Kuhn, and Gabriel Kuhn Ministry of Deliverance. All this one will be there, his picture and whatever thing he wants, and it will be put in that signature line at the bottom of the mail. You can also do that. There are so many other things you can do. If you put, maybe you want to use this guy to print it, or you want to also attach a label from another thing, and I will show you what is a label. So if the expiring date reach, the email will be disappear. Yes, once the date reach, you will not get it again. It already expired. So you can set a label here and label a particular message. You can also print, you can do spell check. and so many other things you can do. If you type a message, you can also save it as a template. My view here is a little bit tight because I'm using a second screen. But you can also set it as a label. And up next, we're going to show you how to do a label. So these are all of the things that you can do from the compose area. These are all the things you can do at the compose area. So after that, I don't want to send this guy, but I will just send it for the sake of this practice. And I will send this guy, let it go. If you can see here, right? Just look carefully quickly before it disappears. Look in the lower left corner. You will see that it tells me that I send message. I can be able to undo it. I can be able to view the message. So by default, when you send a message, I think I changed mine. But for you, you should be able to see undo. And I will show you that maybe you mistakenly send that mail, or you forget to attach or to put something in the mail. So quickly, you can be able to undo it, make the verification, and then send it. So by clicking on the send button, it didn't automatically send it. It will wait for a few seconds before sending the mail. So within that process, you can hijack the mail and while it is going about the sending process. So let's move on to the next part. But if everything here was clear, how do you identify the feature link? Okay, we'll talk about that. I will check my email and I will show you how to identify it. So if everything here was clear, or you need me to explain something before we move to the next stage, if all is clear, just tap clear in the chat session. Maybe you shouldn't spell too much, just put 1. If all is clear. If something is not clear, you can use the feature of raising your hand, and then I will be able to recognize you. We'll take a few questions before we transition to the next part. Okay. So people say it's clear. Okay. All right. So all is clear. Let's move on. So up next is for us to change or show more other things. But I'm going to now switch to my personal mail. Maybe it's going to take a little time to open. I'm going to switch to my personal mail so that you see the interface. And then we'll come back here to replicate whatever that was done on that side. We can be able to replicate it here. But meanwhile, if you have any question, you can ask your question. So this is my personal mail, and yeah, things will just change here and there. Okay, so we can do the same thing on the other side, or you can also do the same thing from your side. But what you observe here, number 1, I have a dark screen from a mail, and I have a couple of labels here that I call awaiting response. I also have follow up. I have to read. So messages that come, I automatically send them somewhere. Okay. I automatically categorize them into different sections. If it's a message about Facebook, it goes to Facebook. If it's a message about LinkedIn, it should go to the LinkedIn label. The same way Google will receive our mail and it will go to inbox. It's the same way when I receive my mail, I can decide to send my mail to somewhere else, right? So all of these labels, we can create them and we can be able to send messages there as well. Another thing you can see here, if you look down here, you can see the names of all of the labels that I have, okay? And yeah, the team also changed, but then back end also we have some other things that happen back end. All right, so now let's move on. The mail that I just sent to myself, this is it. Here's the mail that I sent to myself. And Arvin, I think you are the one who asked the question, Arvin from Shanghai. Now you see if I hover over this link and I look down in the lower left corner, I will see the full link.
You know what you want?
Yes, it's now giving me joy. Yeah.
Tatos, where are you? You ain't giving somebody a job. Tatos. So if you hover over this link, over that scholarship something, you will see the link will be placed at the lower left corner. If you look down carefully, way down in my document bubble here, way down, you will see that the link is there. And that link was the same link that I tapped. So whenever the link has HTTPS, meaning that link is secure, though maybe the person might be a very professional hacker and might customize some things to be some way. But this is how you can see it to know if the link is real. Then you can use that link. Instead of you clicking on it from here, probably you can take it to another website and analyze that link. So when we get to that breach, maybe on it should be day 3, I will tell you how you can be able to safeguard yourself from these things. So there'll be another website. You can just copy that link. You're clicking on it. You just copy in that link, take it to that website, import it there, and analyze it. It's going to tell you everything if that link is real or you have to be very careful about it. But that's how you can quickly, just look through that link. All right. So that's it for Facebook. You find everything over there to Facebook, and there are so many other things you can do. You can find mails that were sent maybe 4 years ago, 10 years ago, so many other things you can do. But let me take you back to the account that was created for this session and see how now we can do those things that were on the other side. How can we do it here as well? So number 1, we want to change our theme to dark. Everything we want to do now, we can use this gear, this setting area here. At the top, right beside this Gemini guy, we can click on this setting to do most of the other things that we really want to do. So there you can be able to change the theme. For example, currently the theme that is here is just the default one. So you can change it and choose any of these colors or any of these things that are here. Let me choose this guy right here. Let's see what happened. Or if you want it to be totally dark, we can view all. So the one I make mine to be dark is basically from the theme area. Now you can see that have changed. If you want it to be dark, you just click on view all. You should be able to see all of the themes that are available. So now I can choose this dark one, and it should make my screen to be dark. But you want to put maybe any kind of color you want, you can go with that color. Yeah, you can choose whatever it is, and then you save it. That guy should go. If you want to put your own picture there or your partner picture, so that every time you receive mail or you check in your mail, you always see your family, you can come here and click on my pictures, right? And then your picture will be at the background there instead of what we have there. So that's how to do it. Now it's my selected image field low. I don't have a business, but this is how to change the background or to change the theme. Another thing to observe is that you see the mail, everything just straight up like this. But on my own page, you can see that on the right hand side, I had those follow up to read and all of that were there. I also have the actual inbox was also there. So all of those dashboards were there. We can do it as well by clicking on the settings. It's more like a multiple inboxes. So you come down, scroll a little bit down, and then instead of choosing the default one, you can choose multiple inboxes. You go multiple inboxes, and for now, it might not be activated because you don't have any, maybe labels. So when we create the labels, then you will see the multiple inboxes taking effect. So let's try to create the labels, and then we'll leave it here on multiple inboxes. We go and create our labels to come back and fix it. Comment section, these guys are on something else. All right. So ours is now here. We still need to customize some things, to fix some things. You can see it already categorized, is to read, draft. They have been identified as part of the inboxes. But then we don't want that. Maybe we want to put to follow up, to read, and important or urgent. We can change all of these things. So number one, we come here to labels on the left-hand side. So like I said, labels, they're basically like folders. Okay? They're basically folders. So let's create 3 labels so that whenever we receive mail from maybe a particular person, it should go into that folder, or it should go to that label. So we're going to call this label, I will call this label Arlington. Okay, I will call this label Arlington and create it. And then I'm going to create another label. I think I click on it so many times. Okay, let's create another label called, let me see who I can put here again. Let me put, I'll put Mark Quinn. Okay, and then I'm going to create another label where I'm going to put this I'll put Hope. Okay, so we have just created 3 labels. We can be able to change the color of each of them so that it'd be easier to identify or recognize. So Arlington, let's give Arlington. So you click here to these 3 vertical dots, and then you go way up to label color. For Arlington, I think Arlington will like red. And then Hope, we can change the label color for Hope and make it Hope. Okay, I'll go yellow. Then Mount Queen, color, I will choose one color so that we're not gonna hold me in contempt. All right. Now we already have these 3 colors. So whenever a particular email is being labeled in this category, it will also take the color of that particular label. Okay? It will take the particular label of that, the particular color of that label. So now we have created the labels. You observe that these labels will be arranged alphabetically. But if you don't want it, maybe you have so many labels, you want your label particular to be on the top, then you have to put it in a bracket. So whatever you put in a bracket, I will use Jara Gibson, I put Jara. Okay? But then I'm putting it in a bracket. Now in this bracket means it's going to go up. It will be the first. It will not go in that category of other people. It will always be on the top. So now we have just created these folders. Let's see how we can customize it from the other side, and so that it can reflect here actually on our dashboard. So we come back here, you can click on the gear, the settings. You come back to your multiple inboxes, and then you customize it. You come back here, multiple inboxes, and click on customize. We have to remember the name exactly as they were spelled. exactly as this labor was spelled. So the folder name, like I said, the folder they are labels, they are folder. So exactly as they were spelled, that's the same way we have to do it. So customize, and then this guy is coming up, it's taking some time. I'm using 3 computers here, sorry guys. Okay. So now it's up. We have to change some things here. So in the first one, the first label we want to show, we're going to use the keyword there called label, L-A-B-E-L, colon. I think the British spoken, they don't say colon, they say some kind of way they can call it. I watched a video and the pronunciation was different. It's not colon. So you use label colon, and then you put the name of that particular label you want to show. So Arlington, E-N-T-O-N. And then in the second box, what you see section name is the actual name that will show on your dashboard. So that label colon Arlington is the one that is connecting the label to the system. But this one we're going to put here now, Arlington. We can even say Arlington Mail. It's just going to be the description that we want there. So let's also figure out our next label here, label colon, hope. And then here we just spell hope. The next one, label colon, Mount Queen. And then here we just put Mount Queen. I think I should have put underscore to the Mount Queen. All right, so this is it. After this, you have to scroll down. Scroll way down and save changes. Scroll way down and save changes. Okay? So I will just take it back up here so you can take a picture, or maybe you're watching the video again later on, you will have the chance to still see it. So now our changes have been saved. You can see here now, we can see Arlington, Hope, and Mount Queen. They are now being reflected here. So any mail that comes based on our next step will go into these areas, or we can manually put mails into them by just clicking and dragging to these areas. Or we can also decide where we want this to be. Let's go back there. I think I forgot to tell you. Go back to multiple inboxes, and then you can say where you want it to be, right of the inbox, or it should be below, above the inbox or below the inbox. Let's keep it to the right side, because if you observe mine, when I show you mine, it was to the right hand side. So we put it to the right side. Let's come back here and save changes. So they shouldn't be above the inbox. They should now be to the right, while our inbox should be to the left. Okay, so now you can see it here. They are now to the right side of our inbox. They are now to the right side of our inbox. So easily, we can just click and drag. For example, let's put this email from Orlando called Lecture 1. Let's put it into Arlington label. We just click and drag it to Arlington. Okay, I'm gonna make it and take effect. So once you click and drag it there, it should be able to take effect into that label. While it's taking time to open there, let's also put the other one to hope. Okay, so I think maybe Arlington, we have to check out of the name, maybe misspell the name there on one of it. But you can see the one that I put to hope is now on a hope folder. I think the Arlington one, maybe I misspelled the label name or the actual description. Okay, Arlington. So let me go back. I think there's a mistake in the spelling somewhere about Arlington. So that's why the one that I put to Arlington is not showing. But you can see the one for Hope is reflecting. So let's check the name here. Oh yeah, I see it. That's because here, you see, this one here, I didn't put Arlington. So the mail will not go there because This first part of it is the one connecting the system. So because I didn't put it there, so that's why. So let's figure out that one right there. We use the keyword labor colon Arlington. Okay, and then we scroll down here and save it. So that should be able to fix the problem. All right, so now you can see once that was done, the mail that we put into that label is now reflecting here. You can see the Arlington mail is not there. We do the same thing for day one and put it into Mount Queen. So you can see automatically here is now reflecting here. But then we can create some filter rules. The filter rules will now give us the ability, whenever the mail are coming in, we don't have to be doing it manually every time. They should automatically go to that particular label. Okay, so let's see how we can do it. But before then, let's check other things as well. Like I talked about the email, when you send it, it's going to take a few seconds for you to undo it and all of that. So you come here to the settings, and then you see all settings, see all settings, you click on it, see all settings. In this guide, we can do a whole lot. So you see here, for example, from your inbox, if you're receiving a lot of mails, by default, you only see 50 mails. If you have more than 50, there will be 50 on the page at a time. But you can change this to maybe 100 on one page, because the web page will not be that very, very, very long. So they just do it 50 per page. You just have to click on the next button to see the next block of emails. Or we can change it if you just want few to show. That one is up to you. You can change it to 100, that's fine. And then this beautiful one here, undo send. Undo send by default is to 5 seconds. So once you click send mail, within 5 seconds, or you have 5 seconds to revert, or you have 5 seconds to get back and to fix things. But you can change that. I think the maximum should be 30 seconds. So you can put it to 30 seconds. Maybe you could forget. You just, no matter how it is in life, you just got to forget. So keep it to 30 seconds. Once you send the mail, you click on send. You still have 30 seconds to undo or correct whatever thing you want to correct, and then resend it. But if you think you might not fall into a situation like this, then you can leave it at 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, your mail should go. Another thing here is you can turn all of these things on. These ones are just common English. As you type in your mail, you might make a mistake. So Google or Gmail will give you the ability to suggest the right spelling for that word. You can decide to turn it on or off. By default, it is on. But you might tell Gmail like, no, my spelling check, my ability is too good. So I don't need you to correct me. Nobody can correct me in life. So you can turn it off. Don't correct me, don't correct anything, don't suggest anything. My grammar is good. Queen Elizabeth, we're in the same school. So all these things, you can turn them on. They are just basically common English. So you can turn it on. But something important here, maybe at another time we'll talk about it, the particular section of smart features. There's smart features and Google Workspace smart features. This guy gives Google the ability to use your activities, your online activities, right, to tailor some things towards you. So they're going to use this thing that is already activated by default. We shouldn't be activated by default. But in all of your activities, sometimes you see you're sending certain kind of email, you get some notification somewhere, or you see it somewhere. They are basically collecting all of your activities online and bringing some things towards you, or also helping them, according to them, help them in doing things better for you. But you can check it out. You can decide to turn it off if you don't like it. There are certain emails also you want to star. So for certain star, you might refer to it for certain things. Currently, you just have only one star in use. You can just click and drag it there. You can also click and drag it there. And each color might represent something to you. So whenever you start an email with red, you can be able to search throughout your email for all of the emails that have star as red to it. And we'll show you that shortly. Let's not talk much on this one, but let's scroll down here a little bit. You see here, number one, we can create our signature. Number two, we can, if you're going on vacation, like Hope, or like the National Vice President of the Liberian Student Union in China. If you are going on vacation, right, you can come here, or probably you have sent email to some people before, and you receive automatic message like, oh, I'm no longer in the office. You can reach me on this, and this. So you can specify everything here by turning on your vacation mode. So once it's a vacation, you go in there, you just turn on vacation, you specify the time, the start date of the vacation to your end date of your vacation, and then any mail that come in should have one subject. Maybe I am enjoying myself, don't disturb me. Okay, you can just have one subject, right? I'm enjoying myself. Then that should be the, oh yeah, I forget, it should be Noah Div missing, number vice president. So you put a start date of a vacation. Maybe your vacation is starting tomorrow or after OWCC, and then it's going to end on a specific time. You're going to come back maybe in March, maybe the end of March. Okay. Here you can specify additional message on what you want people to do since you are not in the office. Maybe you can say, contact my deputy on this number or through this email if you have something urgent, you know, whatever you want to say, or you want people to know while you are on vacation, you can do this. And then you finish, you can decide to only send a response to people in your contact by checking this one. People in your contact are people you usually have their emails and all of that. You have sent email to them, they have sent email to you, or you have their phone number and all of that. You finish, you save it. Once it is saved, any mail that come in, they will get notified that you are not in the office, you are probably out, and you will come back on this date and this time. If you see here, to my personal mail, whenever I try to, or whenever I send you mail, either from the admin at TIT, or I send you mail from a Gmail, you'll receive something like this at the bottom of that mail. Okay, when I click on compose, you'll see all of these things here. All of these things, they are called signature. So they will come there by default once you decide to send your mail. You can create as many as you want to and switch between them. So that's a signature. Let's see how we can also create our own signature. So you come here to signature, and then you click here on create new. You put the name of that signature. Maybe you say you're adding different capacity using your same email. This signature will be called CEO. And then you click on create. Now for the CEO signature, you click in here, or you can easily do your signature as a picture, maybe like Jenkins, design it and just copy and paste it here. Or you can go to Microsoft Word, you properly take your time and design it. You just copy and paste it here. Better still, you can also do it from here. If you want to show your full name, Blamando. Your name is Blamando. You are the CEO of Conando. Conando Institute. Whatever thing you want to put, just put everything there and just beautify it. Make it bold, make it italic, whatever thing you want to do there in your signature. Okay? Whatever thing you want to do is that you finish. That should be okay. You don't have to save it because it's already saved. And then I'm going to leave from here. Now this is the only thing that we have here for our signature. We are now on vacation, so I'm going to make sure that this is still turned off before I start to receive message that I'm on vacation. So let's save it down here to save every other thing we have done. Now, if we go back, we try to compose a mail. Samsung. Yes, Samsung. Samsung Chinanio. Attendance cameo. So let's try to compose a mail. The moment you click on compose, that signature that you did will automatically show up in your mail. You can decide to switch between different signatures. And you can also decide, oh, I think, okay, so why it's still loading? You see here, when you compose in a mail, oh, I didn't change this guy. Right here, signature screen is still up. You can see right here, if you compose in a mail, you want your signature to show, or if you're replying messages, do you also want signature to go with a reply message, or you don't want that to happen? So here you can fix that. In the first one, we were supposed to choose from the drop down. We were supposed to choose the name of that signature. If you can remember, we changed the name to CEO. So we're supposed to choose CEO from that drop down before saving it. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. This guy is trying to load a little bit. So we have less time here today. We will not be taking that much time up to 11 as it is on the flyer. That's just our time frame, but we'll not go up to that time. So if you go and hoping that we'll come to do attendance at 11 o'clock, sir or madam, you will come and meet this platform empty. So please stick around. There's somebody using Chinese name here. Winnie. I don't know who is Winnie. And then somebody's also using 231, 231-006. It's difficult for us to know that this is actually you. So please make sure to change your name to your name that you have or that you want to be on your certificate. So observe, because I didn't save that, when I click on compose, actually I will not see any signature. So we have to go back and change. We have to go back and change the settings to make sure that we have the name of that signature activated. We need to activate the name of the signature. Just a minute, this guy is still loading. Okay, so here you cannot find it. There is no signature showing here. So let's go back to our, we can easily click here where you see insert signature. We can easily click on there and then choose the name of the signature that's called CEO. Manage signature, but we already have one signature name called CEO. So I just click on CEO, and then whatever thing that we put when we're designing the CEO signature will come here. So you can create many signatures as possible. So you see that? It already come there as a signature. So, but if we save it, you don't have to come here every time to, decide which signature to use. So let's just go back there and save it. We click back on our settings. Ooh. Okay, so after this, we just do a few things and then we should be done for today. Just click on all settings and then you scroll way down, way down, down. So here now, the signature default, by default, we want it to be on CEO. Okay, for every mail that we'll be sending out. If you are replying mails, do you still want to put your signature there? It's also up to you. Since it's a reply mail, you can decide to also put your signature there. And then you finish, you save it. And once you are done, if you now click on compose, automatically it will come up in your message by default. Okay. If all is clear, please drop 2 in the chat session if all is clear. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, clear. There are other things you can do from there. Let me just take us there quickly so that we can just explain on some of these things. Currently, all of what we were just doing, they were on the general tab. But like we created labels, we can also do labels from here as well. On our inbox, we can also specify some other things. I think for the most part, we talk about this. Changing your password and changing some other things about your mail. You can just play around with each of these things. For now, we don't have any filter rules, but we want to create one filter rule now so that you can see how we can, any mail that comes from a particular person should be labeled as this and something should happen to it. So that is called a filter. This pop and forwarding, you use it basically when you want to connect your SMTP server. If you look carefully, you can chat through your Gmail here. You can chat with others. But by default here is turned off. So you can turn it on. But if you look very carefully under this the hide and show icon that we started with first in the upper left corner, you'll notice that we only have Meet. We only have only Meet is there. We don't have any chat. So you click here on chat and then you save it. The chat will appear under that guy. So let's go refresh. And now you have the ability to chat with your friends that also have a Gmail account. You guys can chat here. You can do video call. You can text each other through your chat box. You can do it directly from here. Now you can see it's there now. You can see the chat here is already here. If I take you to my old email, I mean my main email, as long as you start to send email between you and other people, you should be able to find that option. So when I click here on chat, I should find so many other contacts of friends and colleagues and bosses and all of that. So, but basically that was just to tell you that you have the ability to do so as well. If you want to have a meeting between you and your friends to discuss some research or business thing, then you can use the Meet option. Create a meeting. There's the chat. You can see I have other people here to chat with or that I've been chatting with. Now let's do the filter. And after filter, we will probably come as WhatsApp group administrator. Please approve our request to join. Okay, we will do that after the meeting. So let's say we're receiving email always from let's say from Google, right? I know. Google now always send us email. Google's how to send people email. So let's say I'm receiving email from TIT support. Number one thing is when you right click on this TIT support, you can find emails that were sent, all of the emails that were sent from this TIT support team. Once I click here on find email from TIT support, it will show me all the emails that I received. So that's another easier way. Maybe you're receiving emails from LinkedIn, you're receiving email from, every day you receive email from one email address or from certain company or certain organization. You can now decide to create a filter for them. So here, you find all email from TIT support, you click on it. For now, it's just one, right? And then what can you do with it? You can, if all of them come now, if there are a lot, you just click here on this checkbox. All of them will be selected. When everything's selected, then you come up here to these three vertical dots, and then you can say filter messages like this. Okay? Or initially you can create a label for it that this is email from, we already have a label now. Okay? We already have a label, and that label is called Hope. So Hope is already checked. So any mail from TIT support will be labeled as Hope. But then what do we want to do with it? What do we want to do with it? We can come here and say filter messages like this. We click on it to create a filter rule. So you see by default now, it already captured the email address of that particular sender. It copied the email address. There are so many things you can do with it. You can say all the emails from this person that have an attachment. You can check attachment that is greater than a specific number of MB or, yeah, if it's gigabyte or kilobyte, whatever attachment it is, you can specify that. Or you can say any email from this address that have maybe the keyword training. Since it's support, they might usually send you training messages. Or if it's about Valentine's Day promotion, maybe that company or that email will be sending you things about love. So any message from this email that contain the word love, let's keep track of it and do something with it. But in this case, we're going to use training since TIT is not love. Okay, so any email from this that contain the keyword training, we should create a filter for it. So you click here on create filter. And then this filter, what do you want to do with the filter? So you can see we have so many options. Number one, you can skip the inbox. It shouldn't come to your inbox directly because you just consider it to be either promotional message or maybe it's something that you don't want to be seeing in your inbox all the time. So you can say skip inbox, but it doesn't mean you will not receive the email. Skipping inbox means you either want to do so many things with it. Number one, we skip inbox. Number two, we can put a label on that. Currently, we already have a label for that email. It's called Hope, but we can assign Hope label to it. So every email from that particular TIT support should be labeled as Hope. Or you can create a label called Training. Directly, you can create a label from here. Okay, create label directly from here. So you don't have to worry that, oh, I don't have this label now. So you can create a label called Training, and every email account will be labeled as Training. And then what else do you want to do with it? You want to either delete it, or you want to automatically send it somewhere. So you can add forwarding address. So we have to configure it from here. So let's go back. Ogami, they've taken us back. No wahala. Training. Create filter. That mail should escape our inbox, meaning we should archive it. The mail should also be labeled as, for now, is hope. If you wanted to automatically go to another address, then you can do your forwarding. Now, once that email comes, forward it automatically to this address. So you have to configure the forwarding. And any other email, you can see here, allow filter matching conversations. So any other conversation from that address that have that keyword, they should all be supported by this filter. So it's up to you to do whatever you want to do. So there are so many things here. If you want the mail to just come and then right away you delete it, it's also up to you. So that means once the mail comes in, you have no problem again. You don't have to be deleting them manually. You can just delete it automatically. So that's the filter right there. Right after that, you can click on create filter. I don't want it to be deleted. You can go to hope, that's fine. Yeah, this one is fine. So I can click on create filter. So any mail I receive now from this TIT guys, they should now go into that hope. They shouldn't appear in my inbox. They should be archived like that. So that's how you can separate all of your mails into that category. Another thing, lastly, before we go, whenever you receive a mail, like I talked about in the beginning, and you want to see the sender of that mail, you just open the mail number one, and then here, in there's three vertical dots, you click on it, and then you scroll way down here, show original. When you click on show original, it's going to open up a new tab. But this one is basically not for you that just want to be doing your email thing. It's not for you. But for those of you that want to know where exactly a particular mail came from, if you look carefully now, in this entire section, I'll look for the sender info, receive from, okay? This area, look for receive from. Within this receive from area, you will see an IP address there, okay? There will be an IP address here. For me, I'm using my local server, so you cannot be able you can't be able to track me or to know where I am. This is a home address. For those doing networking or computer science, there's a home address. But for the normal person out there that just send you threatening email, they just send you threatening email, be my man. You'll find the IP address here. Because for them, the TIT mail is not like a Gmail or Yahoo mail and all of that. It's a personal thing. So you will find the address here, copy that IP address, and then go to a website called IP Lookup. I have it open here. Let's see if it's going to, I think the browser is kind of saving the memory. But find an IP Lookup website, and then you paste the IP address there. This lookup website will show you this one. When you paste the IP address here, it can be IPv4 or IPv6. It's going to show you the latitude and longitude of this, the sender of that address or the server. It will show you it. It will also show you the country where that particular sender is from, the ISP, who's providing that person internet, which company providing the person internet. You will know the internet service provider. And with the longitude and latitude, You can use the Google F. You can use the Google F website. By importing the longitude and latitude, it will pinpoint exactly to that area. And now you can deploy a team. Team Alpha, deploy. Nukutan, West Point. So, ladies and gentlemen, basically these are few essential things about the email that I want to share with you today. It's already 5 to now. We're supposed to leave from here 11, but 11 is still far. We will not do that. We'll stop here for today. And entertain questions, if any. But if you're using Google F, you can use Google F to also buy ticket, plane ticket as well. You can use Google F to do your GIS work, to get coordinates. You can also use Google F to just see places. Maybe you are just bored. You just want to see how Minnesota is looking out of the streets. You can get a live satellite view of anywhere. Okay? You can get a live satellite view of anywhere. Just sit down to your home. You just tell somebody, I've been to Minnesota. If you go in the street, the avenue here, you see one shop. I buy my ice cream from the shop. Yeah. But I said, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. If there's any question, please raise your hand and ask a question. If there's no question, we will do our attendance for today. Okay, the hand of Jeremiah is up. Jeremiah, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for your hospitality and your generosity. I'm Jeremiah J. Yende, following from Johnson Province. My question is, how do we protect our Gmail from hackers?
Your Gmail, protecting your Gmail from hacker is difficult because it's not more of like your Gmail, but your password should be strong. Make sure to have a password that is more than 8 characters. And the more than 8 characters mean you should mix it up with letters, with numbers, and symbols. So if you are here today and you are using a password, not just protecting your Gmail, but any other social media account or digital platform that you have, always try to use a password that is having a combination of characters, letters, numbers. The process of deciphering your password takes time, especially when you have these combinations. But if you don't have these things there, you just have 1, 2, 3, I love you as your password. That takes less of time. When somebody's trying to crack your password, it takes less of time to crack that password compared to somebody that has 16 digits with numbers, symbols, and all of that. That person's machine have to be on throughout for years. So it's not like a password cannot be, but it's just going to take so much of time before it can put all of the combinations together. It's the same thing with your phone keypad. You have nine digits there. That 9 digits, what are all of the possible combinations that a person might use as the password? So the moment the USB is plugged into your level, it reads all of the combination in fast, let's say a few seconds. But if it is very strong with so many numbers and things mixed, it takes so much of time. And you don't have the resources or the technical capability for maybe a junior hacker. So just use a good password. That would be the best way to save yourself from being hacked or your email being exposed. But for your email aspect, your email will obviously be open, your actual email. Because number one, you're signing up to websites. Number two, probably it's on some documents. So your email is, to an extent these days, not something that you say is a secret, right? So if the hacker hacks, for example, a Facebook server, all of the users' email will be there. Now it's up to them to take their time and go through any specific, maybe they look for, they usually, when they hack this kind of something, or there's a data breach, as you will hear the name data breach, they usually look for famous people email. Like, oh, it has any email here related to Bill Gates or related to this person or this research person. They just focus on that. They're not going to look for email for ordinary people. They're not going to get any money from that person. So whenever there's a data breach, the company will inform you that, oh, we are experiencing a data breach, so we advise all users to not do certain things. But in that process, the moment you hear about it, try to reset the password, because the last password that was on that server, when the server was hacked, those guys already have access to it. So they're going to try that password to see if that password and that email is being used on all of your platforms. There are some people who use one password for their everything because they can't remember password. So they use one password for everything. So if somebody get that password and that email, they have access to their whole life. So use different passwords for different platforms, and also make a password very strong. John Jay, as you know, raise it on the side, but you raise it in the group, so you can ask your question, John Jay.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you so much.
All right, John Jay, if you are there, unmute yourself and ask a question. After this section, maybe before 9:30, we'll do our attendance.
Yeah, Mr. President.
Yeah, go ahead, John Jay.
Yeah, thank you for the presentation. And my question has to do with a junk folder. I keep receiving a mail from a specific email in my junk folder. But every time I unsubscribe, it still keep coming. So how can I solve that problem?
If you unsubscribe from a newsletter, it shouldn't come again. Except maybe the unsubscription was not done properly, but it shouldn't come again. Gmail gave you a very easy option to unsubscribe. I'm switching between tabs now, so my guy is going to be a little bit slow. But if you go to the email, you just hover over that mail. Let me see if this guy will open. They give you the ability to unsubscribe. Even on the left-hand side, where you have send, inbox, trash, when you look down carefully, you'll see subscription. You'll see subscription there. Once you click on subscription, let me go to my me email and show you. You should be able to unsubscribe from any newsletter. Or you will apply the filter rule like we just did. That anytime I receive email from this particular address, archive it, or it shouldn't come to my inbox and delete that mail. That's another way to do it. All right. So that is it. Okay. All right. If there's no other question, then we will stop the sharing and do our attendance. If you have any question, you can raise your hand.
Hello, Mr. President. Before we go to the attendance, please, one more question.
Okay.
And like normally, I keep receiving notification from my friends on Facebook into my email. So I don't know. And that problem is causing my email to be full. I don't know how to go about it and all.
Yeah, so you could use the filter rule, number one. Anytime I receive email from Facebook with this specific message, or with this keyword, then the system should automatically delete that email. That's number one. Number two, you could unsubscribe to receiving Facebook notification on a specific thing. Let me see if I can pull back my screen. But just look on the left side of your Gmail dashboard. If you look down carefully, you'll see subscriptions. When you click on subscriptions, it will show you all of the newsletters or all of the websites that usually send you notification. You will see there's a button right there called unsubscribe. Once you click on it, you will not be able to receive these kind of emails again, or your friends and all of those promotional things. Just look on the left side, click on more, you will see subscriptions. When you click on subscription, you will see, it will say the entire list. When you look to the right hand side, you see unsubscribe. Once you do that, you will not receive mail again from that particular website or individual.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Any other question?
Mr. President.
Yeah, Richard?
Yes, I have one burning one. It's related to what my colleague just asked here. My Gmail is always full. I try to delete mails, but it doesn't stay long. What's the best way of deleting these mails so that my email has space? My Gmail has space. That was the question.
Number one, you could search for all mails. I think I have to put up my screen again. You could search for all mails that have a certain number of attachment and also have, because just a normal text message will not fool your email when it comes to storage. It shouldn't fool your email, except you are receiving too much of email. But if your storage is getting full, then you can be able to delete some mails that you received a long time ago that have a very long or big attachment. But if you are just receiving so many mails, then number one, create a filter rule to help you delete any kind of email that will be coming now from that particular address that always sending you email. That's number two. Number three, you could unsubscribe from it. Number four, you could find all of the mails from that sender. You saw the very last session we did. When we right click on the mail, you scroll down, you will see there's an option that says find mail from this particular sender. So it will show you the list of all the emails you have received from that person. All you have to do is just check them and delete everything if you don't want it again. But if you can stay a little bit, we do the attendance, then I will be able to go over that process. Since some of you still have a challenge with it, I'll go over that process. Yomi and Daniel, I see you guys. Any other question? For those that still have that problem, we will talk about it.
Okay, fine. We don't mind to stay.
Okay. We'll talk about it after the attendance. All right. I see no other question here. Oops. I'm coming. Let me check something quickly. All right. Okay, so let's do our attendance. Thank you all for joining. You can turn on your cameras. This attendance, if you joined today, for those that have been here time in memorial, they know how to verify their attendance. But in case you don't see yourself in the attendance record for that day, go to YouTube. At the end of, you skip the video to the very last, at about this session, then you will see this screen that have everybody on it. You can just pause the screen and say, oh, this is me. You didn't capture me in the attendance. This is me. So let me just do that quickly, and then I will take the physical one. So at about this time, I will appeal that we don't send any message in the chat session so I don't cover somebody's name. Because whenever you send a message, it will go over the name of another person. So please don't send a message now. And let me do the attendance. Number Willie, if you are there as well, please help me to do a copy of it and any other volunteer. But I'm taking it now. Please don't, if your camera is on, don't turn it off. If your camera is not on, also don't turn it on at this moment. Because what Zoom does is once your camera is turned on, you will come to the first page. If you come to the first page now, it's going to mess up the entire thing. So please just stay like that. Let me do this quickly. Day one attendance. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. Yep, we are taking it now. Photo is created. Keep you there. You don't know which screen you are on, so please just stay in that position. You might leave from screen 1 to screen 2, so just stay where you are. And please don't send any message so that I don't cover the name of another person. I have one more screen to take, and we should be done with the attendance. Let me take the last screen, and we should be done with today's attendance. If you have further question, then you can stay. We talk with you maybe for a few minutes and answer your question before leaving. All right, so I've taken the hard copy. Let me once more do the one for YouTube. I'm on the first screen. I'm now going to the second screen, to the third screen, and now the fourth screen. So you should find it on YouTube in case you don't find it here. Thank you so much for joining.